Let's learn how to implement session management in Android application. This application is based on Java and it's a follow-up of what we have been working on in the Android series, the tutorial series. So you can see that I just logged in now, and you see that the name and that's the full name is taken to the next page or to the home page if you like, and I can also log out, as you can see. So it's a very simple application, and you can add this to whatever application you are building. So in order to make that happen, like I said, it's based on what we have been working on before. So we'll create a new class. So right click here. Alright, so these are the other classes that we have created. So right click here and go to new, then look for Java class. So we'll give it a name. Just call this one session, since it has to do with session management. So type session and press enter. So once you do that, so it opens up like this. So here is the session class. So this is where the bulk of work will be. Okay, so let me drag this one to the left so I have more space. Okay, so now what we need to do is to create some classes within here. But first, let's create some variables. Okay, so now we'll say private static final string. So we'll call this one pref underscore name. That will be the user session. So let me just copy and paste this. I will edit it to suit what we are working on. So then we'll create the pref name. So create is logged in, then user key, key user ID, and so on and so forth. So these are the variables that we are creating, and they are the global level. So which means that they are the class level. So we can always call this variable outside. So the next thing we need to do is to create a constructor. So we'll say public session. So you know that constructor will have the same name. A constructor will have the same name as that of the main class. Okay, so we'll say public session, then context. Okay, so now what we'll do is that they will now say this dot context, then this dot context. So, and whenever the class is loaded, this place is activated. Okay. Oh, remove that curly bracket. It's supposed to be closed at the bottom. Okay, because the constructor will need to be within the class. Then we say shared preference equals context dot get shared preferences, which is the preference name. Then it will be context dot mode private. Then editor equal to shared preferences dot edit. These are just the routine you need to do, the things you need to put in place for the session. Alright, so we'll now say public void create login session. Then we'll have a string of ID. It's very important. Note that ID. You could give it a name, but I'm giving this one ID. Then we'll say editor dot put boolean is logged in. That's more or less the way of checking if the person is logged in. Okay, then we'll now say editor dot put string, then the key user ID, then editor, then we'll apply the editor. Then we'll say editor dot apply method. Then we'll create another class. We'll create another function, rather. We'll say public boolean is logged in. Then we'll return the shared preferences dot get boolean is logged in. Then after which we'll create another function. We'll call this one get user ID. Then this one will return shared preferences dot get user dot get string, then key user ID. Alright, then we'll also create the function or method for logout. I normally use these two terms to get interchangeably. That is function and method. Then after that, we'll create, like I said, we'll create a function or we'll create a method for a logout user. So in order to log the user out, within the function we'll have we'll have editor dot clear and editor dot apply. So more or less remove the user, that's remove the session, so that the user will have to log in again if he wants to continue with the application. Okay, so this is the code that we have written so far. Look at it carefully if it tallies with what I have written here. Okay, so look at the code. Okay, so this is what we have done so far. So the next thing we need to now do is to go to the home page, or the home. Remember, we created this one in one of the videos. So I took the liberty of adding a profile picture here, a logout button. Okay, so the profile picture, it just started. I just want to put it there. We can also make it dynamic anyway. So then the LBA welcome is still there for the text view. We did this one before. All right, then the button here, the profile picture, like I said, is static. Okay, so we can always make it dynamic. All right, so then we just you know how to put all these things together. We did it in one of the videos past. Okay, so then the logout has an ID. Okay, so it has an ID, that is the logout. It has the BTN logout, that is what the logout button there. Okay, so then it has the color, which is red at the background, so you can change the color from there. Alright, so I think that is basically what we have on this UI for the home. So this is the page that the screen that will be loaded, or that will be shown if the user has logged in successfully. Then if you have not logged in and you try to access this page, it's going to bounce you back to the login page. Okay, so take note of the BTN logout. Alright, so I think that is okay from this end. So I think that is okay. So also note the LBA welcome. Okay, so go back to home.java. Go to home.java. So here we'll create a session that we'll create and initialize a session. Session. So this is a session we are creating an object of. So create an object of that session, which is session equals new session. Then we also create and initialize the LBL welcome. Then the same thing for the button there, the button that we are going to click on. So we just create and we'll create these variables and initialize them. So that's what we have. These are, this one are those items at the front. Okay, so then we now say if, that is if it is not session.logged in, which means that if the person has not logged in and the person if for any reason the person comes to this page and the person has not logged in, what should happen is that the user should be taken back to this login screen. Yes, that's basically what that means. So the user should be taken back to this login screen. Then otherwise the person would be shown the home page or the home screen. So once you have done that, then finish, more or less say that once you take it out, don't continue with the process. So finish the process there, end it right there. Then otherwise the user should be taken to home screen. That is where the user will be welcomed and so on, with his name shown there, and the logout button is also displayed. So we now say string this user equals session.get ID. So that is very important. Note that one, very important. They will now say lba.set test, then this user. So once you have done that, then of course we can now display the logout page. The logout button there. Or work on the logout button. So if you click on the logout, what happens is that it should take the person to the main activity, which is the logout. Which is the login screen. Then, but before then, it should log the user out, because it's not just enough to take you to the logout or to the login screen, but you need to say session.logout user. Yes, that is what it is. On the main activity, so we bring in the session here, then we initialize it. Then, so this is the place we tie the username, or that is the full name of the user, okay, to the session. So as you can see here, so this is where it is added. So you can actually put a static string here. So as you can see here, you can put a static string. So whatever you put here goes with the user wherever the user goes. So here we just pick the data from the database, which is the person's the user's full name. So right here. So this is what happens. So once you have done this, test it out and see whether it's going to work. So once you test it, of course it should work. If you run it, log in now. Once you log in, enter, that is login, enter your email address, the password, and login. So once you do that, so see that it is logged in, and you can see the full name of the user right here. So the user can click out now or can log out, and the user is taken back to the login screen. So thank you for watching. I hope this helps you. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you have not done so already. Like the video, share it, and see you in another video.